It's time to join Hugh Riches for more literary choices in Book Review. Anything I should put on my Christmas list, Hugh?
One or two things, Ted, maybe. As the winter grinds into its usual British mildness, we start with tales of derring do in the Arctic and the Antarctic. Michael Palin, Python historian and explorer, has written a biography not of a person, but of a ship, HMS Erebus. Commissioned in 1823, was converted into an icebreaker with thick oak planking and layers of copper plate. Commanded by Captain Charles Clark Ross, she explored the high southern latitudes, sighting the continent of Antarctica, part of which he named after himself. Then, under Lincolnshire local hero John Franklin, she sought the Northwest Passage, north of Canada. It was a disaster. The wreck was found in 2014. It contained human bones gnawed with human teeth marks. Erebus's career ended in heroic failure. Her commanders were the sort of Victorian heroes who achieved statues at home and dead men in remote places. Franklin, known in life as the man who ate his boots, turned out to be the man who ate his crew. Christmas should probably be about family, friends, turkey and box sets. Game of Thrones is bound to be under many trees this year as its fans await the 6th series and the 6th novel, The Winds of Winter. Winter is coming, but until then they'll have to settle for Fire and Blood, J.R.R. Martin's chronicle of the whole history of Westeros. It's a real epic, starting with the origins of ruling dynasties, describing deceit, betrayal, the usual incest, and plenty of dragons. If you like this sort of thing, good news, it's the first of 2 volumes. The Romana Clef, the novel of its time, seems a useful way to see ourselves in times of turmoil. Jonathan Coe's Middle England is a clear, funny representation of a Britain dealing with her recent history of financial collapse, coalition, riots and Brexit. Everybody knows somebody reflected by Coe's gallery of exasperating, likeable characters. They're largely drawn from Coe's 2001 novel The Rotters Club. Fans of his previous work will already know how accurately and usually gently he can encapsulate the mood of a nation. Finally, poetry, and unusually for Christmas, religion. Anne Rowe is the obituaries editor at The Economist, known for biographies of Shelley, Pontius Pilate, and the Greek god Orpheus. Now she's turned to St. Francis of Assisi, founder of the Franciscans and famous avian conversationalist. Brilliantly, beautifully, she's chosen to write in verse. You don't need to be religious to enjoy these poems. They're in a tight, disciplined form, ripe for musical setting, and never preachy. Francis was clearly a complicated fellow, a playboy man about town before he went holy. Rowe makes it clear that the issues of his career were still with us in modern Britain. Hope you find a good read in your stocking.